North Philly, where I was born, there's crime, poor living conditions, no grocery stores, and that grit that comes from being a poor kid raised in Philadelphia is what has given me the tenacity to press on no matter what, but also allows me to identify with the people I serve every day. What's up, y'all? Good morning. The vaccine is here. Beautiful. I knew I wanted to be a doctor from the time I was about 8 years old, and I never believed I couldn't do it. With my sheet on my shoulders and my extension cord as my stethoscope, I'd stand in the mirror and say, "Hi, my name is Dr. Stanford. How are you today?" So was this your first or second? Okay. I am a pediatric surgeon, and for the last 14 months, founder of the Black Doctors COVID-19 Consortium. We were intentional about getting Black and brown communities the access and care they needed, focusing on communities that have the highest positivity rates.
I'm done. You're great.
Those who are most vulnerable, they need to have the support.
These are extraordinary times. A national emergency. America is shutting down, and there is real panic.
The first few weeks after the pandemic started, my husband and I, my kids, it was kind of fun to just be together. What changed for me was African Americans were dying at a rate greater than any other group in Philadelphia. This was your working class community. They were keeping the city and the country running, but wherever Black people were, the one thing that was tough to come by was testing. When they got off work, everything was closed. If you lived in an affluent white neighborhood, you were 6 times more likely to have testing. So I jumped in. Frustrating day on the phone with city officials, state officials, hospital folks, trying to get the testing we need in our communities. I am trying, it ain't easy. After having lots of conversation with no clear, concrete action plan, I decided I was the action plan. The Black Doctors COVID-19 Consortium will be testing patients in inner city Philadelphia that are hardest hit from the coronavirus. I got all the PPE from my office. I got testing kits. My mom rented a van, and that was it. And the first day, we did a dozen tests. The second time we went out, we did about 150 tests. And the third time, there were 500 people lined up before we started. But we had to earn the trust of the people.
She's a good sister.
I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder, okay, ready? But the positivity rate was 1 in 4. There was no end in sight. Good morning, we're at Deliverance Evangelistic Church. Our partnerships were with churches because the church, it was a trusted place. We are at Esperanza, which means hope. We went to community centers, mosques, street corners. Then December, I got vaccinated. I knew I had antibodies because I had had COVID, but I consent to the COVID-19 vaccine today. I took on that responsibility because people were following my lead. Then, January, we started vaccinating. I don't want to send any vaccine back to the refrigerator. I want people to receive it. There was all this narrative, Black people don't want the vaccine, and they were lined up. This is Philly, and we are tough. There's no snow that's going to keep us away. We did the 24-hour vax-a-thon, which was insane. People were outside for hours.
Black people do want to be vaccinated. All we need is the opportunity.
But we vaccinated over 4,000 people in a 24-hour period. Just seeing folks come out day in and day out. So let's give it to the seniors. Their presence says everything. When we hit 25,000 vaccinated, we danced and we celebrated, and then we went back inside and we finished vaccinating.
Mom, I have the doctor here that's going to give you your vaccine.
When we stopped getting 1,000 people per day for vaccination, I said, okay, we need more home vaccination teams. All I have to do is do a shot in your arm.
Okay.
okay?
For them to come out and volunteer to do that, it's just been a blessing for us.
Then with the teenagers, it's gotta be fun. Music, t-shirt giveaways, and vaccinations.
We are all vaccinated, so time for him.
You gotta switch it up.
If you come back for your second shot and you bring somebody, we got $20 for you.
The atmosphere when we vaccinate is joy.
Hey, run it down! Run it down!
We have vaccinated more than 50,000 people. Yes! And she's smiling, and she's smiling. 82% people of color.
Dr. Stanford is doing a great job looking out for the Black community, and she's looking out for all community.
When I see people getting vaccinated, I can say, job well done. You earned the trust. You advocated for these folks. And now they're coming to you and saying, okay, Doc, I'm ready and I'm here. Every time he comes, he brings a new carload of people. Wasn't it your pinochle friends last time?
Anybody that wants to come, I'll bring them. You want to be around me, then you got to get it.
I love Philadelphia. And so I could not allow one additional life to be lost when I knew that I could do something about it. Everything we did was for them, to make sure they can get the care they deserve.